Hi there, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Virgo, this is for the week of June 6th to the 13th. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, you can check the description box for a link to alwaysastrology.com. That way you can get additional guidance for the week by watching your Moon and Rising sign readings. It is general this week for you, Virgo, as well. So whatever is most prominent in your week, I'll get you to apply these messages to. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'll be using the Healing with the Angels Oracle just because I feel like this week we need some healing energies in our lives. For the past few weeks, if you've been watching, you'll notice I've been doing a lot of large-scale question and concern and path making spreads, particularly using this deck here. So yeah, I just want to inject a little bit of healing into the scene. I'll be drawing a card each from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and the Medicine Card Tarot as well. So Virgo, I wish for you all success, joy, and wellness. I invoke spirits of love, light, and beauty. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. I ask that Gaia please bless this reading for Virgo. Now, so far in the central position, we have the Power card. Now, this could be about personal power. This could be about power plays. This could be an abuse of power. This could be a misdirection of power. Lots of issues having to do with power here. As a standalone, it is about concentrated power and being able to manifest within the physical world because of the power of intention. And I'll show you up close in a moment what she's doing here, but she's literally manifesting through her own breath, so the words that we use, and in her hand she's holding almost like a cloud, so the thoughts. So just the power of intention is just about how power is being used. So let's look at cards to either side of this to get an idea. That was a group, so I'm going to get one each to see how this issue of power is being played out for you, my dear Virgo. So, and like, it's like with any resource, anything can be abused, misused, or misdirected, right? Especially anything strong and powerful, like your own personal power. So how is this being manifested? How is this being used? Bottom line, though, is that you have a ginormous, amount of this week, that this is what your week is going to look like. It's going to have to do with issues of power. Perhaps it's about just, do you have the power to get through something? And because it's a general reading, whatever is most prominent in your life, so that could be finance, business, travel, health, relationships, whatever that is most prominent in your life this week, Virgo, I'll get you to apply these messages to. But if it is a relational issue of any sort, I'll get you to look at, misuse or abuse of power. Sometimes in relationships, someone tries to get one up on the other person. A lot of people consider it a game, especially if there's romance or dating involved. Games are played. I understand that in relationships, but when power play comes into the equation, it's automatically unequal, okay? So fun and flirty and game playing is one thing, but a misuse of power is quite different. So I would avoid that or not let that into your life if that's being projected onto you. And to one side, we have the manifestation card. Manifestation is literally about bringing things into the physical world, and like I pointed out, she's breathing something here. Words carry intentional vibration. Please be aware of that. I would even be inclined this week, Virgo, if you haven't been or if you've never thought of this, but words have vibrational meaning because they are a derivative of something already. Now, there aren't ancient languages, right? We know this, that there is Latin, that French, that Chinese. All these languages are considered ancient languages. And all words in, say, the English language today stem from other words, right? English had to be created from ancient languages. Well, what were their intentions? What were their vibrations? You might be interested in looking at some major terminologies or words for you for the week, Virgo, and certainly if it's about words that you're using over and over and over, for example, and you're not getting the results that you want because of that, or you're looking at terminologies that you're using and you're not getting results, and that's like a habit. It's over and over and over, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much effort you're putting into it. I'm going to ask you this week, particularly Virgo, to look at what words you're using and then with what force you're projecting them. I don't feel like there is a lack of intention or a lack of force here. That's not what I'm seeing at all. In fact, there's the manifestation card. So a very real development around how to express and how to incur manifestation through the power. I'm going to ask you this week, however, to look at the words that you're using, and in particularly for ones that are strong, that hold a lot of weight for you this week, especially if you're saying prayers or doing intentional work or doing positive affirmation work and this type of thing. Look at the terms that you're using and look specifically at their origins, okay? I'm going to get you to pay attention to origins of terms, ideas, just origin of anything, however you want to apply that to your week, Virgo, and then the power of intention. So let's look at these up close in just a second. I'm looking here at the other side of power, and we have support. Ooh, power, manifestation, and support. So here you're being supported by something much larger than yourself in the physical realm. I don't even know that you're fully aware of this, Virgo. Perhaps you are. But if you're not, listen, this is odd. I've never seen this before, and I've never felt to say this before. But I really feel if you have been floundering or suffering or upheaval, there has been upheaval in your life in any way, or if you're struggling in any sense of the word, there is a great deal of universal support for you. And I can hear you already. That can't be true. How could that be? Because somebody somewhere is looking out for you. And I'm going to call them an earth angel, or all of them earth angels, and they're saying prayers for you. Okay, Virgo? Again, I don't expect you to believe me. I don't even know where that came from. I've never said that when I've seen this card before. Usually, I'll read it the way I exactly see it. But no, this week, this is about you being supported, and you can't even figure out why. You might even feel, and this is weird, so if it's true, please let it go. You might even feel like resistant to this somehow. And this could be the power play, right? If this is at all what's going on, if this is a power play and it's not, directive power and intentional power for the highest good and high vibrations, if you're resistant to this, let's say you even know about it and you're resistant to it, that's a misuse of power. If that's what's going on, please stop it because it's not helping you. And if you're not aware of this, but you do feel its effects, you do feel supported, you do feel energetic love and higher vibrational love, don't question it this week, Virgo, because it is very real. And someone or someones who love you extremely deeply and profoundly are looking out for you and are calling for a great deal of protective energy for you this week. And you do have the power of manifestation this week. Just be careful what you intend to manifest. So let's look at these up close briefly before drawing from the other decks. Like I said, we have the power of both the mind. This is a little cloud she has in her hand down here. This is about what we're giving. And then here up, you can see it's coming out of her mouth. This is literally what's coming out of her breath. This is what she's expressing. This is about the power of an intention. It's about the power of the word. If you are so inclined, dear Virgo, please look up those terminologies as well. I don't know if it's religious necessarily, but I do think it belongs in the spiritual realm. There is intention and a power to the word. In fact, I think in the Bible, I've never read it, but there, the first act of God, for example, was, he spoke and it existed. Guess what? You speak, you manifest. This is so incredibly potent to remember this week. Please be aware of this. Please know that you're protected. Someone's looking out for you, whether you like it or not. Um, if you get this feeling and you don't understand it, or you don't think it's any of their business or what have you, if you're cognizant of this, please don't brush it off. It's really, really powerful, and they mean well. This is all well intentioned. These are your most prominent cards for the week. Virgo, manifestation and power. One belongs to the other, but you need to be aware. Look, she's literally, the power is in the manifestation, but what are you saying? What are you intending? What words are you using? Are you reaching for higher vibrational? Because, like I mentioned, words have vibration. They have power. Think of the word spelling, right? The word spelling is about creating a spell. It's fascinating once you look at the origins of terms in the English language and words that we use in the English language, Virgo. Please check it out if you haven't, or you're so inclined, or you're even curious at this point at some of the words that you've been using in terms of manifesting healing and gentleness and wellness in your own life and support in your own life. If this is something that you're aware of and that you're already cognizant of this, yeah, no, I totally got this, then you will be aware of the support and you will just be grateful for it. So I don't think that this is going to be surprising to you if that's the case. However, if for whatever reason you're resistant to that and you just don't think it's any of their business, or you don't need that help, or if you feel like you're being drawn to higher vibrational things and you feel resistant to that on some level, just know that you're being supported there and it won't let you down. You can't be let down there. Particularly if you understand the origins of words, of root words, the origins of the language that you're using to manifest, whether that's positive or negative in your life. But things can change in the blink of an eye when things are understood fully and when we are aware of what power we actually have in the world. And if you have ever felt powerless, particularly with regard to how you are projecting into the world or how you're being understood, I'm going to suggest that this week in particular, you're going to become aware that you're supported and loved and adored even, and that you have intentional power here to manifest what you truly desire. So be really aware of what that is. Write it down, make a list, be really clear and concise, and I think you'll be delighted at what occurs because of this generous energy you have for yourself. So with one of the additional messages here, we have the turtle. Turtle's keyword is Mother Earth. This is just so beautiful on so many levels. Here, look at this. Mother Earth, manifestation. Mother Earth, power. Mother Earth, support. This is you being aware of something so much larger, even just life in general, being supported by life, being supported by feminine energy, female energy, by nature, by natural cycles. Natural cycles could even be, for example, Virgo, it could be you were really, really down and now you're going really, really back up. And now your challenge is to find that happy medium around that, that median, right? Instead of going super, super down, super, super up, to avoid that manic type of survivalism. Maybe there's something that you can learn here through the way that Mother Earth deals with what she has to deal with, right? If for example, if somebody takes too much from Mother Earth, you know what she does? She has enough and she caves in, or she blows up, or whatever, right? This is you not letting people take too much from you without having to explode, in order to stand up for yourself. And it's also about looking at cycles and about nature. And here to finish off the reading, we have Treasure Island. This is literally the treasure within. You have the beauty inside. You have the answers. You have what it takes. There's also a beautiful indication of balance here between the mind and the emotions. It looks like you're doing a great deal of emotional work on an intellectual level. I think you're discovering new things that work for yourself, and hopefully some of the messages here are some of that discovery for you in terms of root words and how you're projecting your power into the world. So Virgo, that is your reading for the week. I hope that you enjoyed it and it was healing on some level for you. Please take good care of yourself. Make sure you subscribe for all of your weekly readings, and I will see you next week. Take care of yourself until then. Bye for now.